everybody. Kevin Gallagher here with Gallagher Business Development, and I am super amped up because not necessarily for this weekend, because this weekend's just Pro Bowl weekend, but next weekend is the biggest game in professional football. Next weekend is that game that's not allowed to be said on national TV unless they're paying money in order to say it. So I'm excited for two reasons next week. First reason I'm excited is because Kansas City made it. Now, first off, you got to know about me. I'm a Philly fan. I know that makes me one of the most hated people in the world, but I'm an Eagles fan through and through. And I'm completely blown away the fact that Carson Wentz and a team of Uber drivers made it to the postseason and actually played fairly well against the Seahawks. I mean, kudos to you, Seahawks. You beat them, and you should have. But they held their own against you. So. But my son and I's backup team is always the Kansas City Chiefs. We just absolutely love the team. Of course, Andy Reid went there. Not that I love Andy Reid, but the main thing that we love about the Chiefs for the last 3 years has been Patrick Mahomes. So big shout out to all Kansas City Chiefs fans. I'm rooting for the team as well. Let's hope that they win the Super Bowl. Now, aside from that, the other thing that I'm super amped up about is commercials. Being a marketing nerd, I love watching the commercials during the Super Bowl. I'm one of those people who are telling people to keep it down, or I'm going to the next room that's a little bit quieter in order to watch the commercials, because I like to study them and see what these big national chains decide to do. And so I thought today, why not take a look at some of the teasers? I'm going to be watching them on my iPad, and I'm going to be showing them right up over here for you. And let's take a look at them, react to them, talk about them, comment below about them, all that good stuff. But this is, once again, pre-Super Bowl, taking a look at the upcoming games. So let's dive right into it. All right, so the first one we're going to watch, and I will say this, I have not pre-watched these. I am going to be watching these at the exact same time that I'm going to be showing them here for you. So it's essentially like we're going to be watching them together. But the first one we're going to watch is avocados from Mexico. We'll type in SB54. Now, while I'm looking this up, the first thing I thought when I saw avocados from Mexico being on the list was, how the heck does the avocados from Mexico afford to have a Super Bowl commercial? They're avocados. And then I remembered how much they are whenever I go to buy them at the supermarket, and I quickly realized, of course they can afford to pay for it. Okay, let's see where this goes.
They're gonna eat you up.
Ooh,
From Mexico.
someone is clever. Someone is very clever. So check it out. First thing I'm going to say about commercials is you got to go in one of two ways with commercials. You can either do a commercial that is funny, like they're going to eat you up. That was really clever, and I appreciated avocados from Mexico. Or you could do something that's a little bit more on the serious side. For example, maybe one of the Budweiser, which I haven't seen yet, but maybe one of the Budweiser commercials, something along those lines. They might be able to pull at the heartstrings and get you to emote a response based on your emotions. Sorry, I'm getting all crazy on that one. But let's take a look at some other ones. All right, so here we go. Olay, make space for women. There's two commercials for this one. We're going to watch one of them.
I'm Katie.
Okay.
I'm Katie Couric. Today, Olay launches its very first space mission.
Who has the keys? What? I don't know. I thought you did. Why are these women in space? Find out when Olay's mission is launched. 2/2/2020. I call shotgun.
Let's watch the second video and see if maybe it's a little bit funnier. I see where they're going with this, and they're leading up to February 2nd, something that they're going to be doing. So let's take a look at this teaser.
Busy Lily? Hello? Do you copy? Check out the snacks. Oh, no, we gotta eat toothpaste? That would be astronaut food. Fully loaded nachos. No, why don't you
Okay,
leave
that's
that
pretty
for
good.
the astronaut? Because they're nachos.
Ayo! They nachos. That's a pretty solid line there. I'm interested to see what Olay does with this, because here's the thing with a good Super Bowl ad. So people sometimes sit back and they say, why do a Super Bowl ad? For example, this year, the ad cost for a Super Bowl ad is $5.6 million for 30 seconds. $5.6 million. So why do you do it? If you're a large national company and you can afford to do a 5.6, because it's $5.6 million for the space, you also have to produce the ad. What you could create with one of these is not only a Super Bowl commercial, but then they go viral. And next thing you know, they're splashed out all across YouTube and the internet. And it just constantly draws back. I mean, the repercussions of a Super Bowl ad in a positive way, it can take all year. I mean, it can really be something that builds your brand all year long. So, all right. So the next one we're going to watch is Planters. I haven't looked into this whole, I guess, Mr. Peanut died. I don't know what that whole thing is. But they have a commercial right now that's going to be during the big game here in 2020, the big game, called Road Trip. So let's check this one out. Wesley Snipes. Oh.
Matt, let go. No, you let go. Hey, Mr. Peanut, no, you don't. Don't do it, Mr. Peanut. No.
No. This is it.
Maybe you'll be all right.
Okay, that's pretty good. And I'm willing to bet that more comes as a result of this commercial. This is going to become a whole viral campaign. I'm willing to bet Mr. Peanut is not dead. He is somehow going to rally back. This is just my guess based on what I saw. But going back to one of the things I said before about funny commercials versus heartstring commercials, which one do you like more? I want you to comment below and let me know which commercial you like more. Do you like funny commercials or do you like the ones that pull at your heartstrings? So, but let's keep going. Let's go to some Budweiser ones because Budweiser could go either way. They have two teasers. So let's start with this one. It's called Typical American.
They call us typical Americans.
Already,
Maybe
heartstrings.
because we live typical American lives. Like this typical American, showing off his strength. So typical. Look at him, touching other people's things. Always so competitive. Typical Americans.
I'm liking this one.
Showing up uninvited. Removing their clothes in public. Yelling and being loud. Just look at them, thinking they can save the world. Typical Americans, always celebrating with their typical American beer. So, next time someone labels you typical, show them what typical can do.
Okay. Let me just say right now, typical Americans probably don't drink Budweiser beer. However, this commercial actually makes me kind of want to go and get a Budweiser. I think it's disgusting. Sorry, Budweiser. I don't love your beer. But that was a phenomenal commercial. And I'll tell you right now, if you're somebody who is even somewhat patriotic, that is one that's going to stand out to you. I absolutely love that commercial. And I think it's amazingly well done. Again, pulls at the heartstrings. Has some funny aspects to it, but the point of it is to elicit an emotional response from you. And it literally almost makes me want to get a Budweiser. But then I'll wake up tomorrow and realize, sorry, Budweiser, but there's better beer out there. So, okay. Second Budweiser commercial. This one is Budweiser Canada, and it's called What's Up Again. So, let's see what we got.
What's up?
Not much. Wishing I was watching the game, having a bud. What's up with you?
Like you, wishing I was watching the game, having a bud.
True. True.
What's up? What's up? Yo.
Why does that never get old?
Who's
Oh my God.
It's a smart world. Don't be stupid about how you get around.
Okay. In this case,
That was close.
oops.
True. True.
Okay, so in this case, in this video, they actually kind of do both. One, they try to remind us about not drinking and driving. Good on you, Budweiser. Great message. But the rest of it is funny. My question is, why does the "waz up" thing still make me chuckle? Why do I still think it's funny? It just seems to never die. And even though it says Budweiser Canada, and they're probably going to be playing that commercial in the Canada market, I really hope it sneaks into the US market because it is just really well done and smart. So I like it a lot. Let's take a look at, I'm just taking a look at my list down here. There's a Hyundai commercial. Let's see what they did. And we got to watch these MC Hammer commercials. And Dorito, there's going to be good commercials this year, people. But here we go. Hyundai commercial. Let's go.
All right, here we go. Big Poppy, so happy to see you. Now, I love your accent, but for this commercial, we got to really Boston it up, right? I mean, you got the clutch factor. Okay, so you ready?
Let's do it.
Okay, let's do it. Now, just repeat after me. There's a wicked ripper by the harbor.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. What's that mean?
He says a big patty.
Okay.
You know that? Okay.
All right,
Okay, so let's do it. There's a wicked ripper by the harbor.
Wicked ripa la 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 la.
Oh, God. Listen, let me put this in terms you can understand. All right, listen to me. Bottom of the ninth, game 7. We need a walk-off homer,
All
okay?
right, let's do it.
Let's get in
That's
that
mine.
mindset,
That's
okay?
me.
I gotta break it down into chunks.
A
Say
walk-off
wicked.
homer.
Ripper.
Ripa.
Wicked ripper.
Wicked ripa.
There's a wicked ripper by the harbor.
Wicked ripa by the harbor.
I think that's as good as it's gonna get. Okay. All right. Listen.
All right, so Hyundai commercials vary. They've done some of the heartfelt ones in the past, and now they're doing a funny one, and I actually think it's pretty solid. All right, let's check out Doritos commercial.
I got the horses in the back.
Let me tell you,
Stack is attached.
I can watch Sam Elliott do this all day.
Matte black.
Got the boots that's black to match.
I got the boots is black.
He's like Morgan Freeman. He can read anything and make it sound awesome.
Riding on a horse.
Huh.
He can whip a Porsche off.
Oh gosh, this is good. Oh.
Been in the valley.
Doritos, I love you so much. I love your food.
You ain't been up off that porch now. Can't nobody tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing.
This is good. Okay, so they probably cut out here and it goes to the next commercial maybe a couple times over. But Doritos, ever since the commercial in the laundromat, you have never ceased to amaze me. I mean, honestly, everything Doritos does seems to just make me laugh tremendously. This one has me. You had me hooked on this one. And let's look at one more while we're here. There's a lot of other ones, and I'm going to do another video after the big game to talk about it. Let's go with SodaStream because that one surprised me. Let's take a look at SodaStream. I'm just interested to see what they would do from a national advertising standpoint. All right, we got Bill Nye.
Is Mars worthy of exploration? Absolutely. But scientifically speaking, sending humans to Mars is still pretty far off. I may be wrong about that.
Yeah. All right, so look, I see what they're doing there. They're using Bill Nye, who's a very popular figure in the public. It doesn't draw my attention. It doesn't make me interested and want to go out of my way to watch the follow-up commercials to it. I would say out of all of them, it was probably my least favorite. But let's see how they progress it during the Super Bowl and see what happens. Because it said at the very end there, see what's happening on 2-2, similar to the Olay commercial. So we'll see what happens come game day. And there's going to be a follow-up video of this one after the Super Bowl. I want you, though, for now to comment below. Watch some of the other videos. You can find them here on YouTube. I'll try to put some links in the description below. But watch some of these videos. They are hilarious. There's still a Mountain Dew one. There's a Cheetos one with MC Hammer. And there's a lot of other ones. But these were the ones I had time to really talk about today. Otherwise, connect with me on Twitter. I wish you all the best. Let's go Kansas City. I want to see you bring this one home. And otherwise, guys, have a great day. Take care.